everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's been a long fortnight of anticipation, but kickoff of Super Bowl 51 is just about upon us. For these players and coaches, it's the culmination of a lifetime of dreams. Which team will lift the Lombardi Trophy? We're about to find out. It's the Browns going up against the Falcons. So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium and join the two men that will have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Cleveland Browns and the Atlanta Falcons. I'm Brandon Guyton. To my left is my good friend Charles Davis, and what a thrill to be here for the biggest one of them all, the Super Bowl. And it seems to get bigger every year. The lights get brighter. The cameras more numerous. I don't know. There's just so much that goes into this game. It's an honor to be here, isn't it?
It is an honor, and I can't wait to share this game with you. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. You're my partner, my best friend. I can't imagine being anywhere else but right here with you. And just think about it this way. You mentioned the magnitude. This is no longer just a game for America or even North America. This is worldwide. People watching from just about every country in the world. This is impressive.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and just about ready to roll. We begin the next half-century of Super Bowls to a strobe of flashes. Super Bowl 51 from Houston is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the third overall pick in the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
And they said he would be a gym rat coming out of Boston College, and nothing has changed. And his play continues to get better as he rallies his team.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 75 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League. First carry for Isaiah Crowell. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Crowell, and he powers his way up past the 30. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. And trying to give a lift to this offense today will be the Duke, the former Cane, Duke Johnson.
Comes from a great tradition of runners at Miami of Florida. He's one of the best ones we've seen in recent years.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And they get 28 yards on that one. And it'll give the Browns a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Blocking the ball. Offense. Still first down.
Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. Down to about the 22 here. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So the chain gang now done for the drive. Ball on the 10, 1st and goal. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
The starting defense for the Falcons.
Vic Beasley's a very talented outside linebacker whose #1 task, rush the passer, but he has the athletic ability to drop into coverage.
Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Give him 2 yards on that play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Browns defense getting ready. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders, as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
Ryan. And Tammy with it over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Having an effective short passing game, one of their main concern coming into this one. Right there, able to hit the D with a quick strike and a first down.
And you're able to put that into your game plan when you see that there's space to throw the football. A lot of defenses don't want to play press coverage or tight coverage. They'll play backed off, and sometimes those cornerbacks will bail out really fast and really get deep, and that allows you to throw the quick game underneath, and they took advantage of it.
All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Oh, look at the juke. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Freeman again, a first down carry. Fighting through. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Give them 11 on the gain there, and it'll give the Falcons a first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And a look at the defense now. Eight yards to go here on second down. They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 point
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Oh, he shifts past him, and he's brought down. So 1 quarter down here in Super Bowl 51. It's a close game here early on. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left, and that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Josh Gordon, 39 yards, and the Browns have taken the lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now the Browns defensive unit trots back out. Got that fumble recovery last time when it looked like they might give up points. It actually ended up yielding points for them on the offensive end.
It's a pretty good swing, isn't it? Maybe you're going to give up a touchdown. Instead, you score a touchdown. Great swing, great momentum changer for your team.
And they'll be looking to build off that momentum on this drive. The left side completion to Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just 1 play resulting in the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. They come out here in the eye. They'll They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he finds Barnidge. He's got it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And Barnidge has it on the right side. You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
A first down carry now for Crowell. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw on that play. No gain.
He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time. 3rd down here.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll give Crowell another crack. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Isaiah Crowell punching it in from a yard away. And the Browns have retaken the lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Now Parkey for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. You know, normally he's probably happy with how he's playing. He's playing pretty well, but in the second quarter, you look up your team's losing. I don't think any quarterback's satisfied.
Not at all, and what they're really seeking is how do I play even better and inspire my teammates to do exactly the same in order for us to get back on top on the scoreboard. That's when you find out you have a quarterback. If they're just satisfied with their stat line,
they're not really a leader.
Not at all. You just have a guy playing the position.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down and 4. Now Ryan on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Holding. Defense.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu from 3 yards out. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. They juked him. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. Coleman has it here right side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. His throw incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So here we go now, an extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust them.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. On second down, Ryan firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached intermission in what has been a back-and-forth Super Bowl 51 from Houston. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Falcons offense has been on the field more, but it hasn't led to a big lead. The Browns are competing hard, and it's still very much in doubt which side will walk away with the Lombardi Trophy. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Falcons with the ball, end of the first. Bryant's got a sack and forced fumble here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Now following the fumble, Gordon's going to make the catch deep downfield. This play goes for a score. Browns go up by 3. Now 1st and 10, it's going to be Ryan to Jones on the deep ball. And this goes 73 yards for the score. Falcons go up by 4. Browns take it at the 29. Coleman's the target on the quick pass, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 3-yard line. Sticking with the same drive, he'll take this one off the right edge, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. They go ahead by 3. Falcons line up at the 3. Here the pass will be completed into coverage, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. They're now on top by 4.
All right, Larry, thank you. A fairly tight game here as we get set to resume play in this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Falcons defense gearing up as they take the field. Their first crack here in the second half defensively. You always hope to set that tone, don't you, partner?
Without a doubt. Go out, stuff them on defense, and let everyone know that, hey, we are really ready to play here in the second half, because oftentimes you come out to start a half and people see a little bit of a lull, a little bit of a dip after having been off their feet.
Second drive of the second half.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Give them 18 on that one. And that'll be good for a Cleveland first.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Back to throw now on first down. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 5. Brings up second down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run it again with Crowell. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Terrell Pryor, 36 yards. And the Browns have retaken the lead. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Now Parkey for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, a little 360.
Man.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
12 yards is the pickup there, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Taken in at the 11. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to her? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
Give him 12 yards on that one and earns him a fresh set of downs.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Caught left side. It's Barnage. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Brooks Reed with a tackle.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman. Now 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus-yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Coleman has it here right side. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
1 quarter remains in Super Bowl 51. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. Looking to throw. And Barnage has it on the right side. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Here's a give to Crowell. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
3 yards left to grab here on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Josh Gordon, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Parkey for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On second down, Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A gain of 39 that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Such an art to dot the I, just get the feet in right there against the line before going out of bounds. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down at about the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, They give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And the Browns are going to have a first down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Gets it to Gordon. A gain of 6 there on first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jonathan Babineau in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stops they need to get the ball back to the offense. On third down, Johnson. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team. Automatic first down.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. On first down, Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A little under 2 minutes to go in Super Bowl 51 from Houston. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Fresh set of downs here. Back to throw. It's caught left side, Tammy. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He'll look to throw. Sanu with a grab over the middle. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. 2nd down now after the pass completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defense. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. He's back to throw, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taylor Gabriel from 6 yards away. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. they go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
They'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Give him 27 yards that time. And it'll give the Browns a first down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This will be caught at the 2. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. And quickly, they get to the line. Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. So with next to nothing left on the clock, they get Charles what should be the game-winning touchdown catch.
That felt so much like practice and preparation coming together. So many times your last practice of the week, you score the game-winning touchdown. Everyone leaves the field feeling good about themselves. They got it done for real in this situation.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And they're going to go soft on the corners. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. One last shot for Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And how about this? The dog pound gets the crown. The Cleveland Browns are the Super Bowl champs. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.